How about area code 631, Radio Graffiti?
What's up, Ghost? It's Hitman Cause.
Hey, what's up? It's the Hitman Cause. How you doing, man?
I've been chilling, man. How about you?
I've been all right. Now, I know that on Twitter you said that I should watch the NBA Finals. I did not. I do not like the NBA. It is absolute trash. I have to say, WNBA all fucking day. Caitlin Clark, everybody should protect that woman at all cost.
Well, personally, if you did watch the finals, I would have warned you not to fall asleep.
It's fucking dude. The NBA sucks. It sucks ever since LeBron James came into the league and the league started changing the rules, and it sucks. All it is chucking up threes all night. There's no skill. There's no opportunity for poetry and motion. None of that shit, and I can't stand it. Now, when it comes to the chicks, there's competition. You know, there's physicality. You know, there's actual skill. That's why I love Caitlin Clark. I mean, she can handle the ball. She can shoot. She can drive. She can pass. I mean, that's why all the black bitches hate her.
Yeah, I hear that. But you know, I was mainly paying more attention to the Stanley Cup final. If you're into hockey.
Yeah, dude, are you kidding me? I mean, Florida kicked the shit out of Edmonton. I mean, I saw the Edmonton Dallas Stars playoff series, and, you know, they made I thought Edmonton was going to take it to a Game 7, but Florida just completely dominated them.
That was straight belt to ass. I can't lie, even though I wanted Florida to win, I thought at least Connor McDavid was going to put up some sort of fight. But then, you know, something happened, and they just choked again.
Because look, I thought Edmonton looked great in the Dallas Stars series. I mean, the Dallas Stars played great all season, and then when they met Edmonton, it looked like they were outclassed big time. And I thought that we would see, you know, kind of a battle of the classes in the Stanley Cup final with the Florida, and Florida just dominated, man. It was not even a competition.
Yeah, and a lot of people got a lot more ammo, feeling that the USA owns Canada because it's another year that an American team has won the Stanley Cup. You feel me?
I hear you, man. I hear you. You want to give a shout out to anybody, man?
Yeah, shout out to the D-Live chat, and I have to give a big R.I.P. rest in piss to the Vaughn chat. You will not be missed.
Oh, man. Once again, the Hitman Cause, one of my blacks, laying the goddamn Ike Turner smackdown on a former chat. What have I got?
And here I am, ladies and gentlemen, with my afterthoughts. And, you know, I must say, you know, I'll admit, I really had no intention of watching the Stanley Cup final at first, mainly because, well, actually, I had no intention of watching the Stanley Cup playoffs to begin with, period, for two reasons. Number one, because my Knicks were in the playoffs, so, you know, my attention was completely focused on them. And then two, my hockey team, the Ducks, didn't even make the playoffs, so I didn't care. But then once my Knicks got eliminated, I no longer cared about the playoffs enough to watch. I mean, I'll be honest, I only kept like a side eye on it just because I wanted to see the Pacers lose, and I'm happy to say that I wasn't disappointed. But considering what happened in Game 7, I really wish they didn't lose the way they did. Now, don't get me wrong, Tyrese Halliburton has to be one of the corniest niggas on the planet, but I would never, ever wish something like that on anybody. But considering, like, this is what, like the third duel who suffered an Achilles injury these playoffs. And y'all gonna think I'm wilding for this, but niggas need to stop wearing low tops in the game. Because if you notice, Lillard, Tatum, and Halliburton were all wearing low tops. And Tatum, Halliburton, and Lillard all suffered Achilles injuries. So there right there lies the problem. Stop wearing low tops, you know? Oh, and also if you have a calf strain or any kind of leg strain or anything, like I understand, you know, wanting to give everything you got for your team, but take it easy, because if you don't, then you're gonna wind up like Halliburton. You're gonna aggravate. Not only are you gonna aggravate your injury, but as you saw by him, you're gonna make it a lot worse. Now, to what Ghost said about the league, he was again, you know, I know I'm beating a dead horse because we've been down this road, you know, several times, but again, it bears repeating, like, where I agree/disagree with Ghost when it comes to his stance on the NBA. What I do agree with is how, you know, with them constantly jacking up nothing but threes, the game is boring now. But, you know, what I don't agree with is him feeling that the league changed instantly after LeBron joined the league, because that simply wasn't the case. Don't get me wrong. They more than likely did change rules to benefit LeBron. But, you know, but number one, they didn't do it immediately. That's number one. And number two, even when they did this, the league was still entertaining, because this was long before they were jacking up threes like crazy. Secondly, you know, I got no problem with the WNBA. And that being said, I really didn't have much of a problem with Caitlin Clark until she was at that Pacers game mocking my boy Jalen Brunson, looking even cornier than Tyrese Halliburton was. But that's besides the point. But I had to break the Ghost. But regardless of how good Caitlin Clark is, she is not, and I repeat, not going to be any kind of needle mover for the WNBA. No one is, because ain't nobody watching this shit still. And you want to know how I know that? It's because WNBA is still losing money. If people really claim that shit was as good as they say it is, you know, more people be watching, they'd be gaining money, and, you know, and WNBA players would be paid more, you know. And I'll admit, when it comes to the WNBA, and actually Caitlin Clark in particular, I got a little something for Ghost that honestly I find funny, and that I'm gonna bring to his attention. But I bet he probably already knows it, you know, as far as the critics go. And as far as, you know, other players not liking her, I wouldn't say they like, all the black girls don't like her because of that. I'd say it's more of maybe a mix of that, but more of their accomplishments or their work being overshadowed, where maybe some of them are performing better than Caitlyn, or maybe their team is performing better than the Fever is, but because she's Caitlyn Clark, she's getting all the media coverage and all the attention, and they're more or less feeling jealous, or whatever, or feel they deserve some of that spotlight. It is what it is. But before I get out of here, let me give one more comment about the Stanley Cup final. And again, I was going for Florida, because don't get me wrong, I like Connor McDavid, but I just wanted Florida to win, and I thought it was going to be more competitive, just because we've seen the Stanley Cup final matchup before, and one would like to think that the Oilers, especially McDavid, would come with a fire lit under them and a chip on their shoulder because of what happened last year, and the Panthers beating them. One would think that they would have had revenge on their mind, and it would, have them dead set in their mind to rise to the occasion and win. And when the series was tied, I think 1-1, I was thinking that that's what we were gonna get. What was I off? Jesus Christ, that last game was straight belt to ass. Like I said during the call, that was belt to ass. Like, that score was literally the same score for all your hockey fans. If you remember the 2012 Stanley Cup final between the Kings and the Devils, in Game 6, freaking the Kings won the Kings literally won 6-2. Like, they came in hot, and just the fire wouldn't go out. But and I know I'm getting a little off topic and rambling, but hey, something I like to talk about. But so with that being said, those Stanley Cup playoffs that year in 2012, those honestly was just it was just meant to be the Kings whole thing to win. Because let's go over it. Despite being the 8th seed, mind you, they shocked the Vancouver Canucks in 5. Then, in the second round, they swept the Blues. Then, they beat the Coyotes in the Western Conference Final, also in 6 games. And then they won the Cup in 6 games. And then what really drives home the fact, at least in my opinion, that it was their Stanley Cup to win, was the fact that it was revealed that for most of the series that they were playing, they didn't even practice. Like they were dead ass not practicing. You can even look it up. I promise you. Because I remember the commentators were saying that for some of the before some of the games, the Kings did not practice. But yet, if you saw how they were performing on the ice, you were thinking they were going balls to the wall in practice every day. But you know, Anze Kopitar, Jonathan Quick, freaking, they just had nothing but the cup in their eyes, in their mindset, and shit. They got what they wanted. But that's gonna do it for this video. I just want to thank each and every one of y'all for taking the time out of your busy schedule to come and chill with your boy. If you enjoyed this video, go hit the like button. Comment if you feel like it. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a new video. And as always, my way of Struggle Vision Productions, I am the Hitman Cause. And if you see me coming, run.